Hey, this is Ben Greenfield, and I am going to give you a triathlon race report, but I'm tooling around in my kitchen right now, so I'm going to give you this report as I'm doing my stuff. I've actually got some latte going in my little Italian Bialetti going. Got espresso, and over here, it's going to go on top of a glass full of ice. That's actually vanilla hemp milk, believe it or not. Trying out some hemp milk this week, and that is a chocolate goo on top. It's not cat diarrhea as it may appear. But anyways, yeah, you pour, see the espresso will come up through here, and then I'll pour it over that, and trust me, it's good. And my timer's going off. Okay, so anyways, I did the Tiger Triathlon this past weekend, and the race, it went well. It was a good race. Showed up there the night before, stayed over at some friends' houses who were very hospitable over there in Colville, Washington. Race morning, got up, and I'm racing on the Specialized Transition right now. Fantastic bike, courtesy Wheel Sport East in Spokane. And this race is a point-to-point, meaning that it's a loss of elevation during the bike. After about an 800-meter swim, you drop, I believe it's 24 miles on the bike, and then it's an 8K run. So kind of a non-standardized distance, a little bit different than the distance that's been used in previous years. Let's see if this thing's done yet. And started the swim. I warmed up on the swim and got back from the swim, or from my warm-up, literally like 10 seconds before the swim started. I swam to the swim start, and I turned to a guy who was there in line, and I'm like, well, when are they starting the countdown? He's like, we've got 10 seconds. So I just turned around and basically started swimming. Barely had time to start my clock, but a little bit of a sluggish start in the swim, but I kind of worked my way up through the crowd and came out of the water in second, about 19 seconds behind Roger Thompson, one of my buddies here from Spokane, who he didn't win the race last year. I think the year before he won, and then I got second in this race last year. So I came out of the water in second place. Turn that burner off. See, this is what it looks like as it's coming up. See, the chocolate and the hemp milk is waiting. And take off on the bike. Roger put a lot of time into me on the bike. This was super smooth, downhill, very little headwind. Should have been the great equalizer, but despite the fact, I think I lost it was probably close to about 2 minutes over 24 miles on the bike, which is pretty significant. So going into the 8K run, I knew I would have to have the run of my life, or first place have to crumble in order for me to actually take the race. Because I was tucked in the aero bars for so long, I was actually using the Goo electrolyte brew. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's the new, let's see if I have any of it in here. We got the new recovery brew from Goo. But yeah, okay, it's kind of like this electrolyte replacement, except it's actually called the electrolyte brew. Anyways, I was taking that on the bike just for some carbs and some electrolytes, and with the straw sticking there in my face, tucked in the aero position for 24 miles, I ended up actually drinking a little bit more than I usually drink. Plus the bike course was a little bit faster. I'm used to being out there about 60 to 65 minutes on an Olympic bike, and this was a little bit shorter. Took in a little bit more fluid than usual, and had a side ache for the first loop of the first 4K of the run. Clocked first place still up on me by about 1 minute and 53 seconds at least on that first loop, and ended up coming in second, still about a minute. It was almost 2 minutes behind the winner, but overall it was a good race. A couple of things I actually used in this race. Again, since we're in my kitchen, I guess this will be more of a nutrition-based race report. I use this stuff. That's Enter Prime. It's a multivitamin. After the race, definitely did some recoveries. Here's what I was using. The Goo, I guess it was the electrolyte replacement by Goo. I'm taking this stuff from Millennium Sports in Chewelah, Washington. That's cordyceps mushroom extract. It's been used by Sherpas for thousands of years climbing Mount Everest, so it's got to be good. What else did I use? Another thing I use after the race, Prostalon. That's just for male cyclists, basically, for recovery. And then there was one other thing. I used something from Hammer Nutrition. where is it? Anyways, I use their race caps. It's coenzyme Q10. It's really good. This stuff, Race Caps Supreme. So anyways, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys, since we are in my kitchen, was the this stuff that I use to replace minerals during the summer, because they just came out with a study on bone density in cyclists, that we sweat a lot and we tend to have low bone density. And this stuff is actually really good for mineral replenishment. It's called Mount Capra Mineral Whey. It's not whey protein. A lot of people see this and they're kind of confused. It's not whey protein. It's just all the minerals extracted from the whey. You can see here, I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, and potassium, all from like an organic goat whey source. I've actually been using a lot of stuff from this company, Mount Capra. Their goat milk, their goat mineral whey. They have the best glucosamine chondroitin. It's called Capraflex. That I've literally ever found. People with joint pain who are taking this stuff and who are already on glucosamine chondroitin, they seem to do really well with this. Anyways, though, I wanted to thank some of my sponsors. Tiger Triathlon turned out to be a good race. Kind of an intermediate race leading up to a really jam-packed August. I'm doing the Coeur d'Alene Triathlon and Troika Triathlon, Portland Triathlon, possibly another sprint thrown in there, and kind of a lot leading up to a week of training in Kona during Ironman race week down there. So I'll be down in Kona and then off to Clearwater World Championships. So anyways, thanks for the support. Hope you all are having some great training, great racing. Email me with nutrition or training questions. And oh, one other thing, I'm using the new racing flat from Avia. And hell, since we're at my house, we might as well go find it. It looks like, actually that's the old racing flat right there. The new racing flat looks like it's still out here drying because it got all grimy in the car on the way home. This is the new racing flat from Avia. Blue 70 wetsuit, by the way. He looks. Anyways, that it's a sweet shoe. It really is. It feels like you're running in your bare feet. Okay. Now I am done. Over and out.